Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share with you my everyday makeup drawer for the month of January. So this will be the first everyday makeup drawer video of the new year. And in my everyday makeup drawer, what I like to do is go through my makeup collection and pick out products that I have not used in a long time or new products to my collection that I want to test out for the month, put them aside in a separate drawer so I can use them throughout the month, let you guys know my thoughts about them, and also share with you what products worked for me and didn't work for me in the month of December, the month prior. So if you guys are interested in picking out the products for my everyday makeup drawer for January, then just keep on watching. Alright, so getting back into my everyday makeup drawer for December, and this was a little bit of a different month. I was traveling for the holidays, so I feel like I didn't get a chance to use everything as much as I normally do because I was out of town a lot. But there's some things that I really did rediscover or end up just not liking for the month. So one thing I rediscovered is my favorite foundation, the Makeup Forever HD foundation, and I've told you guys a lot recently that I've been so into more medium and full coverage foundations. I used to hate them and now I've really been enjoying that look. So I wasn't sure if I was still gonna like this foundation. I know I still like the formula, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna be cool with a light coverage with like a heavy eye look or anything, but I still absolutely love this foundation. So that's definitely something I will continue to repurchase forever. And then one thing I don't like anymore, it's not that I don't like it, but it's not my favorite. It used to be, and now to me it's just like kind of average. This is the RCMA No Color Powder. This used to be my obsession for powder, and I started using it again and I realized I just love my Cover FX powder, my Too Faced powder so much more. It's not like such a noticeable difference like if somebody was looking at my makeup, but for me applying my makeup, I see a big difference, like seeing my under eyes. I just feel like this makes my under eyes look a bit drier and less natural looking compared to those powders. So it's definitely not bad, but I just find that those powders are so good that this seems bad in comparison, if that makes sense. And then everything else, there was things that I tried to declutter and I didn't get a chance to finish them up. So I haven't finished my Physicians Formula blush yet. I hate when I have like half a pan still in it and I just want to finish it up for sure and then repurchase a new one because you guys know I love this blush. So I definitely love this blush. I keep forgetting about this Catrice blush. Is in here like for the past 2 months. I just keep forgetting about it because it gets buried under everything else, honestly. And I'm still liking the Butter Highlighter from Physicians Formula, but I like it for more of like an everyday natural look. I prefer just like more powder highlighters for a full face look because this is a little bit more subtle. You can build it up, but I'd rather build up powder than a cream formula. I have this trio set that Kevin Aquan sent over about 2 months ago. I love this blush. You guys know I love like basically bronzery looking blushes. This highlighter's okay. I never really wear purple, but the formula is fun. And then this powder is just very random. It's just like white and maybe like inner corner, but I just never use it. I never find a use for like a very white highlighter. I don't like it for the brow bone. It's too intense, so I don't really use that, but I use the blush a ton. And I think they only sell this as a set, which is disappointing because I highly recommend this blush. I just love the shade, but everything else is just not like super exciting for me. The highlighter is pretty, but I just love the blush. So I finally used my Chanel Tan de Soleil bronzer, the cream bronzer, and I used it in a holiday tutorial so you guys can see how I apply it. It is pretty warm, so it's not like a contour shade, but I really like it, and I think I'm gonna like it a lot for like an everyday basis during the summer, and it smells really good. And I also like that it's not greasy because some cream formulas just go on kind of oily and end up being a mess. But I'm really happy I have that now, and now that I finally started using it, I'm definitely going to be using it more once the weather warms up, once I'm into like more warmer looks. And then I put the Modern Renaissance and Prism palette in here, and I just can't get myself to use the Prism palette for like everyday looks. And I also think that there's just been so many palettes that have been released that I've been testing out over probably the last 2 months that this just keeps getting put on the back burner. But I definitely want to keep this in here for the month so I can use it more because there's such pretty colors that I want to play with more. But I did use the Modern Renaissance palette a lot, and I'm also trying to, I guess, declutter it because I want to just purchase a new one. Since some of my favorite shades over here are all used up, I just want to go ahead and get a new one, but then I feel like I should probably use these a little bit more too before I get a new one. So I'm a little torn about it because I definitely want to get a new one, but I think it might be too soon. I don't know. But basically, I definitely still love this palette. That's why I want to purchase another one. But I think I should use it a little bit more. I'm not going to keep it in this drawer because I know, like, I'm not afraid of hitting pan on the shades or running out of them. That's actually my goal. So just having it in my drawer this month made me more comfortable with that idea. So I'm just going to try to use it up a bit more, give it maybe like another month or so, and then probably go ahead and pick up a new one. But still one of my favorite palettes, just an awesome palette, love the formula. And I did a comparison to the Wet n Wild new $5 palette. They're very, very similar. Then a couple other things in here. I actually still really love the Professional Matte Rescue from Benefit. I don't like it alone as a primer, but it's just like a very nice hydrating gel moisturizer. So it's hydrating, but it also keeps your skin matte at the same time. So it's like very cooling and refreshing. I really like this, but I still like to use another primer on top of this. And then I started using this Foolproof Brow Powder from Benefit. And I'm just not a brow powder person. I can't fill my brows with powder. I'm not very good at it, so that's probably why I didn't want to use it very often. And here's what it looks like. There's a lighter tone and a darker tone, and I didn't find anything wrong with the powder. I just don't use brow powders very often. I'd rather use a pencil or a pomade. So I didn't end up using that too much. I tried it out, but I just felt like it was taking me so much longer than using a brow pencil. But that's basically everything I wanted to highlight from my drawer from last month. A lot of the other things are products that are almost empty, or mascaras or eyeliners that are almost used up, and I'll let you guys know if I will repurchase them in like an empties video. So I'm going to empty this drawer and then move into picking out some products for January. All right, so moving into my eye drawer, and I actually just try to clean this up a little bit and get rid of some older eyeliners that just needed to be tossed, basically, and old mascaras. And there's so many new products in here too. So one thing that's new in here is from number 7, and this is their Exceptional Definition Mascara. I have not tried this out yet. I just put it in here, so I will be testing this out. I actually have a bunch of mascaras that are almost all the way used up, so I need to start using some new ones. Like my 2 favorites I need to repurchase very soon, if not already, because they're almost all the way dried up, so I should probably get rid of those. But I think that will be the only new mascara I test out for the month. I also got this new Heavy Metal eyeliner from Urban Decay. I got this in like a gift bag at a beauty event, and I haven't tried it out. I've swatched it, and it looks super, super blue in the tube, but I thought it was going to be like too, like stand out too much, but I feel like if I apply that over the right base, it can look more like a silver blue and go with a lot of different eye looks. So I'm going to test this out and see how I like it compared to the Stila liquid eyeshadow formula, because I have not tried out this formula yet. And if I do like it, then I definitely want to get, I think the shade is called Midnight Cowboy. That is more of a silver neutral tone. And then I also recently rediscovered this pomade from e.l.f. And I want to get back into brow pomades right now too. I haven't been using my Ka-Brow or my Anastasia Dip Brow in a while, but I recently rediscovered this, and it's super easy and it feels like a high-end formula. So I want to get more comfortable using brow pomades. I am comfortable with it, but I want to be able to do it just as quickly as I use a brow pencil and not have to take too much time with it, and that way it just becomes something that's like a lot more natural for me. So that's everything for this drawer. This drawer is always easy because I use like all my eyeliners, all my mascaras, and all my brow products like all the time. I rotate through them all the time. And then here is when things get a little trickier. This just gets messier and messier every month. My blushes, bronzers, and highlighters. So I just got this new highlighter from Cover FX. This is the Moonlight highlighter. I think I just swatched it. I don't think I've applied it. Maybe I just applied it lightly, but I just got it. They sent it to me just a few days ago, so I want to test it out and see how I like their formula, because I haven't tried out their highlighters, and I don't think I've tried out too many of their products before. And then let's see, I use my Marc Jacobs bronzer all the time. I use this Too Faced blush / bronzer all the time. Let's see what else. Oh, I got this new liquid highlighter from number 7. It came in that same kit as their mascara. So this is called their Skin Illuminator. Let me swatch this. Let me see if I'm actually gonna like this and use it maybe as a mixer for foundations. All right, so that is a shade. It's very, very subtle. It's a little bit pearly, And I feel like I can mix this into a primer. I thought it was going to be a lot more dramatic, like a Cover FX liquid highlighter, some kind of liquid highlighter. But this is more of like a glowing primer. So maybe I'll mix this into primers for the month and see how I like that, because it also doesn't feel oily or greasy or like it has too much shimmer in it. So I mentioned this blush from Collab in my full face of Collab makeup video, and this is a really pretty blush shade. So I think I'm gonna put this in the drawer for the month because it's just like that natural tone that I absolutely love, and I just want to start using it more. And then I have this other highlighter I never wear. I just found it in the very back of my drawer, and this is the Rose Gold highlighter from Jouer. I honestly never wear this, maybe when it came out and then I completely forgot about it. So it's very different from my other Jouer highlighters because it's a little bit more pink. So I want to see how I like it compared to my favorite highlighters, which are, well, Topaz for sure, and then Citrine is my second favorite. I'm also going to add in this Lisa Frank highlighter from, or it's a Glamour Dolls highlighter in collaboration with Lisa Frank. This is what I got in my Ipsy maybe 2 months ago, and I totally forgot about it. It just gets buried under so many things. So I need to start trying this out. I think I maybe used it once and I just found it at the bottom of this pile of makeup. So I definitely want to start using that more. And then maybe one more product, maybe another highlighter. All right, so I'm going to go with this highlighter from Ofra. This is the Ofra highlighter in Beverly Hills. It has a ton of different shades. I've had it in my everyday makeup drawers before, but I think especially now I'm more into a more dramatic highlighter. And before I wasn't using it as much and just using it for very dramatic makeup looks. But even with like really natural makeup, I love the look of like a ton of highlighter. So I want to start using this again because I cannot put down this highlighter, my e.l.f. highlighter, and my other Jouer highlighters. Those are like the only ones I've been using, and I just need to start branching out a little bit more. I feel like there's so many other things in here I rotate through all the time. I know there's a lot, but I rotate through them enough to not need to put them aside or think about them. Like my Makeup Geek, my Benefit products, Too Faced, e.l.f., all of that I use a ton. So I'm gonna have that be it for this drawer because I already grabbed a couple highlighters, a bronzer, and a blush. So next we have foundations, primers, powders. And there's actually a powder I just put back in here. I meant to return it a long time ago because I tried it and I didn't like it for what I bought it for, but I think I might like it now. And this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow powder. And the reason I didn't like it was because it was too glowy and it wasn't mattifying enough. But now I'm super into my Galactic Luminous powder, so maybe I will like this. And that's why I kept it. I actually put it in an Ulta bag with a receipt to return it, and I found it in a separate drawer and I never ended up returning it. It's been like 6 months, so I'm like, let me just keep it because I'm sure I can't return it anymore. So basically it's made its way back into my collection and I want to see if I actually do like it and give it a second try. So I have this primer from Makeup Forever that I've actually never ever tried. I got this at Gen Beauty in a gift bag and I've had it in my primer collection, but I've never tried it. So this is the mattifying primer from Makeup Forever. Let me see if I end up liking this one because I've never tried it, so we'll see. And then I feel like I need to switch up my concealers, but the thing with my concealers is so many of them are just the wrong shade at this point. Maybe I just need to, let's see, let's use up, this one's too light. Let's use up my Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer, which is one of my favorites, but I might go up a shade just because I don't like a super highlighty look under my eyes anymore. And then let's also go ahead and use up my other favorite, which is the Born This Way concealer from Too Faced. I know I'm like picking out some of my favorite products, but I put them like on the back burner because I'm so into my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow concealer. And then I also just use the Maybelline Fit Me. Like I rotate between both of these all the time, so much more than anything else. And then some of the other ones in here are just too light, so I use them for highlighting a little bit, but I don't like them for my under eyes that much anymore. Oh, I also got this other primer in an Ipsy bag that I did a collab with Ipsy for Snapchat, and they sent me this. This is the Stay Matte makeup primer from Rimmel. Have not tried this out yet, so let me go ahead and try this. And I'm going to start using my Jouer foundation again. I put it away for a while because I've been super into my Bare Minerals and my Lancome foundation, but this is really full coverage. You just need to apply like a tiny drop of this and it's going to cover your whole face. So I really like the finish. So I definitely want to start using this more, and I also want to try it out and see how I like it with the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder or some other light coverage foundations and just make like different foundation cocktails. But I definitely want to start using this more because I like it, and I just put it on the back burner because I get stuck with like all my favorites all the time. Alright, and lastly I have this setting powder from Graphobian, and this is a brand I've heard of through Carly Bible. She always uses their foundation palettes. And I got this powder in a goodie bag from a makeup event. And this is kind of like a banana powder, like the Ben Nye banana powder, but it's not as yellow. But I kind of like that it's called Banana Cream Pine. So it's like, it is definitely way more yellow than a lot of other setting powders, but I kind of like that because I do have very yellow undertones. So under my eyes, it doesn't look as dramatic as it might look on someone with a more fair complexion. But anyways, I haven't tried it enough, and I definitely want to start using it more and using it as like a loose powder and see how I like it, if the tone is too warm for me or if it works really nicely. So that is everything for my foundation drawer. I think I did pretty good with that one. That was kind of easier. It is a little bit easier to go through foundations and stuff and different face products. For eyeshadow, I just feel like I've been stuck in a rut with Jaclyn Tarte. So I've actually not touched this palette in like 6 months, probably more, but every day that I was using it I was loving my eye looks. And this is the Carly Bible Deluxe palette. It's very neutral, but it has a lot of purple tones, and I've been really into, or just kind of like craving, purple looks lately. So I'm gonna use this more. It's actually a lot more neutral than I remember. I don't know why I thought it was like a completely purple palette. And then it has a lot of gorgeous highlighter shades. So I feel like this is perfect for every day also. So I definitely need to start using this more because it's a gorgeous palette. The formula is amazing. It's very affordable. And then I've been really in the mood to pull out this palette recently. And then I end up using something different for like a certain tutorial or something. But I've been really wanting to play with this palette a little bit more whenever I like open up my eyeshadow drawer. So I want to put this in my drawer for this month. This shade Grandstand is such a gorgeous lip color. So I want to do more looks with it. I feel like it's definitely a very neutral palette, but you can get some like gorgeous, more like dramatic, smoky looks with it too. So I'm going to start using it again because it's something I haven't used in a really long time. And when I was using it, was using it every single day and loving it. So next, I don't always pick out face palettes, but I really want to for this month, and particularly I want to use this, the new Wet n Wild highlighter palette. I got this a couple weeks ago and it's gorgeous, but I haven't been able to use it as much as I want to because it does have more bold shades. You get like a green and a purple, pink and a blue, and I basically wear like a bronzy natural highlighter all the time. So I want to play with this more and do more bold looks, probably with the Carly Bible palette, like a purple eye look and like more purpley highlighter and stuff, because I always do very neutral highlighter. So I want to play with that more. And then there's something else I have not used in a while that I want to use this month. It's a Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow palette. This has a gorgeous bronzer, and I just saw it in my drawer the other day and I'm like, I have not used this in forever, so I want to just pull this out again because I just think this is such a gorgeous palette. The powders in here are perfect. I love the shade, and I never use it because it was pricey, and for me, like luxury makeup, I always get nervous about using it. I feel like I need to justify using it, and I need to get over that. Otherwise, it just sits in my drawer forever. All right, so lastly, I never pick out too many lip products because I'm always rotating through them, and I actually just reorganized all my lip products. That way, I'm more likely to find what I need and go through my makeup. And I'm so excited that, like, if you guys have seen my previous everyday makeup drawers, you know nothing ever looks like this for my lip products. So I'm so excited about this drawer. And I have a couple other lip drawers too. So first of all, I'm just really impressed with myself for doing this because it took me way too long. But anyways, oh, also let me know if you guys want to see like a lip product collection video now that I actually have everything organized, or mostly organized. But anyways, I got a bunch of new lip products from Smashbox. There's a couple shades I haven't tried out yet that I think are so pretty. So this like pinky shade, this is called Spoiler Alert, and then it was one of these nudes. Let me pull out this one, Deep Thoughts. I have not tried this out yet. And then I wanted to pick out maybe this purple or this hot pink shade. Let me go ahead and do this one. This is called So Jelly. It's like a metallic like Barbie pink color. I don't know how I'm gonna wear this, but I want to. It's just like, I just see it and it just looks so pretty. So those are liquid lipsticks I want to try out for the month. Then the next drawer I think is all Jouer products. Yes. Oh, this makes me so happy. I'm so glad I finally did this. Let's see. So let me pick out maybe, let me pick out a couple of these lip toppers, like this one. These two are calling my name. So these are the shades Saint Tropez and Rose Gold. I think I actually, I have a full size of Rose Gold. It's right here. So let me just grab that one. And then Saint Tropez, because I don't think I've put it on yet other than just like swatching it. And then for liquid lipsticks, let me see if there's one. This is, these are all lip glosses. The one with the gold, that would be a pretty shade. Oh, French Kiss. I feel like Valentine's Day is coming up and I want to play with some like more hot pink shades. And I know this one actually I really, really like. I've worn it before for Instagram or for a video before. It's really pretty. And then lastly, we have like my random miscellaneous lip drawer that needs a better form of storage, but I think so far so good with this one. Let's see. All right, so what stands out to me the most right now is this shade from Milani. This is Devotion. This is a gorgeous shade and it makes me think of Valentine's Day too. I know it's a while away, but just to start planning some like Valentine's Day makeup looks and tutorials, I want to play with this. Mostly everything else is some form of a nude lip color and I rotate through them all the time, so I'm not going to set them aside because I just wear them all the time anyway, so I think that's going to be everything for lips. I guess so that's everything for my everyday makeup drawer for January. I feel like there's definitely less products than normal, but that's probably a good thing because that means I'll be able to actually use all the products in here. I'm not like overwhelmed by it. And let me know what products you're going to be using in January in my comments. And I'll also list all the products that I mentioned today in my description box. And yeah, that is everything for today's video. If you guys liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you guys soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.